Hello, it's Mikko from Greenrose Faire. Have you already watched our new music video? It's great, so go ahead and watch it again after this one. A couple of months ago we asked you to ask us questions. We got plenty, and this is the last video in the series where we answer the questions. By the way, keep the questions coming and we can make a new series later. What do we have left? I think Hulmis asked about funny stories, accidents and incidents from medieval festivals. Last year we were at Häme Medieval Festival, but nothing really spectacular happened except our gigs. So I think we have to ask the people who have been in the band much longer than I.
Oh, thank you, Mikko. So, funny stories, eh?
Yeah, we're gonna share them with you now. As everyone knows, Greenrose Faire is a crazy band that lives a really wild rock and roll life. Like, for instance, every time before rehearsals, we drink a lot of coffee or even tea sometimes,
Yeah.
and we have cake.
In black tea.
Yeah, so the stories are gonna be wild.
Yeah. So far, nothing has gone spectacularly or hilariously wrong on our gigs. Not even at one time when, during our last song's grand finale, the power suddenly went down and all the lights went out because someone had forgot to fuel the generator at that festival whose name we won't mention here. But yeah, it was our last song, the greatest point of the last song, and Tommy just played an acoustic drum solo without any PA, and we pulled that one off just fine. So what funny things have happened? Well, basically playing gigs is kind of boring. We start from a rehearsal room and we carry lots of box to the car and then drive the car short distance or longer distance, so it could even involve boats and aeroplanes and stuff, and then again we carry out some things and then wait a bit and wait some more and play a gig and then wait some more in the back room. Talking of back rooms, those are sometimes quite interesting.
Yeah, they kind of like, they're very different.
Yeah. Let's say we are not very picky. Our rider doesn't list kinds of caramels we had to have there. It says we'd like to have a dressing room with a mirror. Okay, that's a bit too little because it should specify a room that has a door, a room that is not a cleaning closet at the same time.
A room that has walls.
Yeah, walls are definitely a bonus.
Yeah.
As is heating.
Yeah. Place where you can fit. I mean,
preferably 7 people can fit there at the same time would be nice.
Yeah, but even 3 would be appreciated sometimes.
Sounds like we are complaining. We are not complaining. We are reveling in the funny things that have happened. I don't remember where it was, but the backstage was this corridor and staircase behind the stage that had really nice echo in it, and we had what was the song?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
We had The Storm was in the set where me and Tommy play these Irish whistles in one part of the song, and the acoustics in that stairwell was so nice that we thought, hey, let's try to whistle that like in voices. And I don't know if you've ever tried whistling in voices, but it's a bit tricky.
Se on sun YKK.
That was a bit funny.
A bit.
Yeah, then there's this stage and the sound equipment. One festival where we arrived and they said, oh yeah, you're here already. Great, the stage is over there. And then we walked to where the stage is supposed to be, and yeah, there it was. So this pile of pallets, there's your stage. It's kind of do-it-yourself model. So
So what else was there to do? I
Yeah,
mean, we just had to start building up the stage
Yes.
to be able to perform.
But it was the best stage we were ever on.
Yeah, was it? Well, at least we made it ourselves. So.
Then there's the gig and
And the audience.
Yeah, the audience would be nice at the gig.
Yeah, we really appreciate to have an audience.
There was this one gig. Well, it was a bar gig. We hadn't done these bar gigs in a while, but
Yeah, that was
we were
a long time
in
ago.
central Finland in a bar, and I guess there was a maximum of 4 people in the audience that night. And one of those was kind of the alcohol permit inspector that
Yeah.
inspection that night.
Yeah, and that one time when the bus came, remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a bar gig as well, and we were doing the sound check, and there was a pretty good crowd there. And we
Yeah, they were happy, and everyone was, woohoo!
Yeah, it's gonna be a good night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like an hour before the show, a bus came in front of the bar and took away everyone.
Yeah, someone came in and said, "Okay, everyone on the bus," and then they went out.
Yeah, they just left, and the house was empty. And it was like an hour before the show, and we were like, okay, well, that can happen.
And of course on bigger festivals where there might even be some more popular bands than us playing, it might happen that the headliner's gig starts in the middle of our show in the next stage next door.
Yeah, that has happened.
And half of the people vanish at that point.
Yeah.
But
it happens.
And after that, the Wi-Fi goes totally blocked because apparently everyone else is kind of streaming stuff next door. And at that time, we were still using the Wi-Fi-based wireless guitar things that stopped working at that moment. And it was quite interesting gig to play.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
About the accommodation.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not really that
Yeah.
picky on that either. But there's this one festival that kind of already makes me wonder, because the first time that we were there, we had a hotel. It was a really nice one.
Nice, old-fashioned.
Yeah.
hotel.
The second time we went there, they put us in this office building. But it was nice. I mean,
Yeah, it was the whole floor and had mattresses in them. And
yeah, so it's nice enough for us.
Nice.
Next year, it was a gym hall
Yeah.
that we shared with all the other people that were performing. A bit worried about where they're going to put us next.
Yeah.
Because I think it might be outside.
Well, of course, we've had our share of car failures. Well, a classical thing when we are in the halfway between here and there, and then just the white smoke comes out from the back of the car, and we drive it to the side of the road and call the owner of the car. And, okay, it broke down. What do we do? And he says, okay, I'll bring you another car. It will be an hour and a half, and but our gig starts in 2 hours, and we still have an hour and a half to go from here. And we end up borrowing a van. I guess we started half an hour late that night, but that wasn't bad. The other time when the car wouldn't start, so we had to keep it running all day. Well, that's not a funny story. No. Another not so funny story when we ran out of fuel 10 kilometers before home because we forgot to. What was it that we forgot to do?
Fill it up.
Ah, that one. Okay, now talking about the funny things. We were playing in the Netherlands, and for once we decided to go there one day early and have a night out in Amsterdam. And are we allowed to tell this story? I don't know.
I don't know. We didn't ask Tommy. Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, the girls wanted to see the red light
The
district.
girls. Anyways, you know that Tommy always carries these tiny Greenrose Faire stickers with him everywhere he goes, and he likes to stick those like everywhere. You can see them around Tampere and wherever he's been. And well, he had them with him that night, and well, apparently he was putting up the sticker on a post of a sort, and a policeman saw that and came up to him like really mad, like, you can't do that. And he almost got arrested.
Especially as he didn't have his passport with him.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Yeah. Luckily, we had a lovely manager, Kathy, with us, who was able to talk us out of the sticky situation, the sticker situation.
So, that night we learned that there are many things that you can do in the red light district, but you cannot put up a sticker.
Yeah.
That is forbidden.
Yeah. So yeah, these are pretty mundane things like cars and planes and food and pets and stages, and let's not even go into the food part. But then, in addition to these mundane things, there are these supernatural occurrences as well.
I guess you could call that. Some people might already know this, but there's a song that we are kind of afraid to play now, because every time that we play it, it starts raining. And since most of our gigs are outdoors, that's not a very good thing. And the song is called Raindrops. It's been tested many a times.
Yeah.
It always rains.
We haven't played that outdoors for a couple of years now, but we are going to try it this summer, so let's see.
Yeah, let's see what happens. But these are the stories that came into our heads right now. There might be more, but we can't really think of anything.
Next time, let's hope we have a camera running when the funny thing happens.
Oh, yeah. Yes, but thank you so much for a great question. And keep the questions coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you.
See you.
Bye.